What's going on, everybody? Funky Psychics here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining me. Today we're in the beautiful Savannah, Georgia Historic District. Just gonna be riding around, checking a few areas out, catching a few views. Looking forward to this one. See you guys in a little bit. The city of Savannah, Georgia is one of the most beautiful in the southeast and arguably the country. It has immense history, amazing views, and great architecture. Savannah was established in 1733 when General James Oglethorpe arrived with a group of colonists. General Oglethorpe's vision for the layout of Savannah was widely considered one of the most innovative and intelligent urban plans in history. It was a balance of city growth and human-scale living and radical departure from the cramped and chaotic urban centers of Europe. The city was foundationally built on wards or self-contained neighborhoods that could be scaled. This wasn't the only highlight of design. Each ward had a central public square fit for outdoor living. The city eventually built 24 squares with 22 remaining today. Each square acts as a local park with its own personality, monuments, and stories. To me, this is one of the main highlights of the city. The city's grid design and repeating pattern of squares acted as traffic commerce long before that was a modern term, creating the slow-paced, scenic flow, making it great for scenic bike rides. One of the main reasons for the successful establishment of the city was due to Oglethorpe's successful relationship with the Creek Indian chief Tomochichi. Tomochichi led the Yamakra, a band of Creek and Yamasee outcasts who settled right here on what became known as Yamakra Bluff. As their chief, Tomochichi was a vital peacemaker. His relationship with Oglethorpe was key to maintaining peaceful relations between the Native Americans and British settlers. Franklin Square is the northwesternmost of the city's original 24 squares and serves as a major gateway between the historic district and the modern waterfront. Established in 1790, it was named in honor of Benjamin Franklin. It's often referred to by locals as Baptist Square due to its proximity to the first African-American Baptist church. This church is one of the oldest black congregations in North America, which played a significant role as a safe house during the Underground Railroad. The center of the square features the Haitian Monument, which honors a regiment of free black soldiers from Haiti who fought for American independence during the siege of Savannah in 1779. Here we have the city market, a vibrant 4-block pedestrian mall in the heart of the historic district. It has served as a central hub for social and commercial life since 1733. Today it is a bustling destination where restored 18th and 19th century warehouses house a diverse mix of art galleries, unique boutiques, and popular places to eat. The market has experienced tough history with fires and hurricanes. Even through adversity, it was rebuilt and now it's one of the many highlights of Savannah. Right on the edge of the city market is Ellis Square. It is often referred to as Savannah's Lost and Found Square. It serves as a vibrant gateway between the historic market and the riverfront, offering a modern design which contrasts with the more traditional moss-draped squares nearby. After being replaced by a public parking garage in the 1950s, it was restored and reopened in 2010 as a dynamic public plaza. Johnson Square is one of the oldest and largest squares in the city, laid out by James Oglethorpe himself in 1733. The Nathaniel Green Monument is also located here. It is a tall white obelisk honoring the Revolutionary War hero General Nathaniel Green. His remains are actually interred in a crypt right beneath the monument. The Olde Pink House is one of the city's most famous and well-known dining spots in the city. This colonial mansion dates back to 1771. Originally named the Habersham House, it was one of Savannah's most iconic and storied landmarks. It now offers a dining experience that feels like stepping back into the 18th century. It's famous for its original pink hue, which was originally a mistake caused by red brick bleeding through the white plaster. Today it serves as a premier destination for sophisticated Southern cuisine, where guests can dine in elegant candlelit rooms filled with period portraits and original architectural details. The mansion is also known as one of the most haunted locations in the city. Visitors often share stories of the friendly spirit of the original owner, James Habersham Jr., wandering the halls. Right across the street from the Pink House, we have Reynolds Square. It is widely considered one of the most picturesque squares in the city, offering a quiet retreat shaded by massive oak trees and surrounded by significant architectural landmarks like the Lucas Theater. In the center, you can find the John Wesley Monument. It features a bronze statue of John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, who lived and preached in Savannah during the 1730s. This area is known for its more intimate vibe and less tourist-heavy than nearby Johnson Square, making it a favorite spot for photographers and artists. Here we have the beautiful Lafayette Square, which was laid out in 1873. Named after Marquis de Lafayette, the French hero of the American Revolution who visited Savannah in 1825. It is known as the most culturally and architecturally rich square in the city, surrounded by landmarks that represent the pinnacle of Savannah's religious and literary history. The square's semi-quincentennial fountain is a beautiful tiered fountain presented by the Colonial Danes of America in 1983 to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the founding of Georgia. Also flanking the square is the Hamilton Turner Inn. This second Empire-style mansion, which is the first residence in Savannah to have electricity, later served as an inspiration for the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. Also in this square, you'll find the Andrew Lowe House. This home is a premier example of 19th century luxury in Savannah, known for its stunning Italian architecture and its deep connection with the history of the Girl Scouts in the USA. Chippewa Square is one of the most popular squares in Savannah. Built in 1815, it commemorates the Battle of Chippewa during the War of 1812. In the center stands a bronze statue of the colony's founder, General Oglethorpe, who faces the south to symbolize protecting Savannah from the Spanish threat in Florida. But Savannah isn't just picturesque. This historic city is also the backdrop for massive Hollywood films. Movies like Something to Talk About, Disney's live-action film Lady and the Tramp, and even Ford vs. Ferrari were all shot here. Of course, the famous of them all is Forrest Gump, which featured Chippewa Square throughout the film. If you're looking for that famous iconic park bench Forrest sat on, it was actually moved to the local Savannah History Museum. This was done to help protect it from vandalism, weather, and to keep tourists from blocking traffic near the square. Laid out in 1837, Madison Square was named after the fourth President James Madison. It is a hub for architectural diversity and Revolutionary War history. At the center, we have the Sergeant Jasper Monument, featuring a towering bronze statue of William Jasper, a Revolutionary War hero who fell during the siege of Savannah in 1779. Right across the street, we have the Green Meldrum House. It is one of the most significant examples of Gothic revival architecture in the South. This mansion is most famous for its role during the Civil War, where it served as the headquarters for General William Tecumseh Sherman following his march to the sea. After years of conflict, General Ulysses S. Grant ordered General Sherman to strike at the heart of the South. Starting from a burning Atlanta, the mission was a brutal path of destruction designed to shatter Southern resources. Along the way, thousands of enslaved people seized the opportunity to join the Union lines and claim their freedom. When Sherman finally reached the coast, he captured Savannah and spared the historic city from the torch, instead presenting it to President Abraham Lincoln as a Christmas gift in 1864. It was from this house that Sherman sent his famous telegram to President Lincoln offering him the city of Savannah. By accepting a peaceful surrender, General Sherman left the city's historic fabric intact, allowing us to experience this architectural time capsule today and preserve it for future generations. While some squares are quieter than others, their laid-back vibe is perfect for a beautiful day outside. This is exactly what General Oglethorpe envisioned when he designed the city, creating spaces meant to bring the community and families together. Here we're passing Whitefield Square. It is widely considered one of the most romantic and peaceful squares in Savannah. Although it's smaller in size, it serves as a popular venue for intimate weddings and quiet reflection. In the center we have the gazebo. With its charming Victorian style, it provides a picturesque focal point amidst the lush backdrop. Monterey Square is regarded as one of Savannah's most beautiful and historically significant squares. Established in 1847 to commemorate the 1846 Battle of Monterey during the Mexican-American War. It is located at the southern end of Bull Street and is characterized by its lush canopy of live oaks and its proximity to some of the city's most famous landmarks. At the center of the square is the Pulaski Monument. It is a grand Italian marble monument dedicated to General Casimir Pulaski, a Polish nobleman and Revolutionary War hero who died during the siege of Savannah. The Mercer Williams House sits right on Monterey Square. This historic landmark was actually filmed in one of my favorite movies, the 1989 feature film Glory, as well as the famous crime drama Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Right ahead is Forsyth Park. It is the largest and most iconic public garden in Savannah's historic district, spanning 30 acres of lush green space and majestic oak trees draped in Spanish moss. Established in the 1840s and named after Georgia Governor Forsyth, it serves as the city's backyard, hosting everything from farmers markets, jazz festivals, and of course, quiet afternoon picnics. The park includes extensive walking and jogging paths, tennis, basketball courts, and a large bandshell that serves as a hub for local events. As we make our way down to the waterfront, one of the most prominent features you'll notice are the stone walls and walkways. Just by the look of it, you can tell there's an interesting story behind them and how they came to be. Built between the 1830s and 60s, the stone wall stones actually came from incoming ships. These stones were used to stabilize empty ships who arrived to the city to pick up cargo like cotton and rice. Once they arrived, the stones were discarded and left on the riverbank. Savannah's builders saw this as a gold mine. They used these discarded stones right along the walls that you see today. Along the walls, you'll find granite from the British Isles, basalt from the Caribbean, and even flint from France, all used to build the retaining walls and cobblestone ramps that locals and tourists still traverse to this day. Right along the riverfront, you can see commerce on the move with large container ships passing by. Just a few miles down the road, you'll find the Port of Savannah, which is now the third busiest container port in the United States. As you discover the area, it doesn't take long for you to see these ships coming to and from the port. These massive ships are engineering marvels with some over 1,200 feet long that can carry upwards of 16,000 metal shipping containers all at once. The waterfront is an amazing place with hotels, restaurants, and entertainment, making it one of Savannah's premier locations. In this area, the waterfront blends its historic past with modern luxury, creating a vibrant district where you can dine in former warehouses or sleep in a restored 18th century building. The area is anchored by the Plant Riverside District, a sprawling entertainment hub that has transformed a massive decommissioned power plant into a world-class destination for nightlife and luxury. Not too far away is the historic Factors Wharf. This is a network of old iron footbridges, cobblestone ramps where cotton brokers once ran the city's economy. Today it's still a bustling area packed with cool hotels, local stores operating out of historic buildings. But as you head down to the river, you notice a significant change in height. Built directly into the side of this massive river bluff, you run into one of Savannah's most mysterious architectural secrets, the Cluskey Vaults. Constructed in the 1840s, these cavernous brick arches were originally designed as multi-purpose storage for dry goods, horses, and municipal equipment. But their heavy-duty engineering served a double purpose. Not only did they structurally hold up the massive bluff itself, but when the Civil War tore through the South, these damn brick caves were transformed into ready-made bomb shelters for local citizens and soldiers seeking refuge from the chaos. If you're exploring Factors Wharf, this is one location you can't miss. Discovering Savannah by a bike was a real treat. Pedaling through these streets, you're surrounded by iconic southern charm and unforgettable architecture. The close proximity of the famous squares allows you to delve into the history and learn about the people who made this city great. With the relaxed pace of traffic, you can safely discover the city's most charming areas. Whether you're here for the parks, the art, or the waterfront, this is a ride you simply can't miss. Thanks for joining me today on this ride. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you all soon. Be safe and take care.